Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back once again with another reaction. Today guys, I'm checking out Clone Wars Season 7, the final season of the Clone Wars, Episode 8, entitled Together Again. Now, last week's episode, Dangerous Dead, Episode 7, I think, was overall a better episode. My real biggest complaint about the episode was the fact that we had all these good stuff, the Mandalorian teasing, like, oh, okay, that's going to definitely tie into something later for sure. Zero the Hutt, back, I think, in Season 2, I think, or something like that, was the escape or whatever tied into the sister's backstory and what happened to their parents. All those positives and some great action. They ended up right back where they were in prison, like they were in the beginning of last week's episode. So, yeah, I'm sticking with this show because I know some major things are coming and I can't wait to see them unfold. But I'm just pushing along, and honestly, you know, you guys are not really that interested in my reaction because the views are going down each episode. Maybe it's because of my negative response overall to the episodes the last couple of weeks, or you're just losing interest because you don't care for my reaction to Star Wars Clone Wars. Regardless, I'm going to continue doing it because I overall enjoy the show, but I'm going to voice my complaints for sure. But I know some major shit's coming, and that's why I'm so hyped for this final season. I just wish that we were getting to some of that cool stuff, or they were doing different stuff right now with Ahsoka and everything, but whatever. We're getting closer and closer to where some cool shit's going to happen, because we know based off what they've talked about and trailers, but I just wish that, you know, not saying that everything has to be cool and everything has to be action and all this stuff has to happen now right away as soon as the show starts, but the Bad Batch episodes were pretty solid. And then you introduce Ahsoka, one of my personal favorite Star Wars characters of all time, back into the Clone Wars in this final season. And I'm not interested at all with what she's doing right now. The only thing that people are saying how, well, this is really just setting her up in a sense to go a different path than the Jedi and seeing life outside of being a Padawan. I get that argument for sure. But I just wish they were just doing things a little bit differently. But that's just me. So, here we go, guys. Episode 8, Together Again. Let's get into it and check out this episode. Hopefully it's better than the last couple we've had. Let's go.
But your original deal was the problem. For you. For me as well. When did this happen?
Well...
What? The two of you against me. I think I know of a way to get us out of here.
How's that?
What's your plan?
What's the plan?
It's better if you don't know. I hope it's better than your last one. Depends what the choices are.
Pay your debt or watch your friends die.
Oh.
Slowly.
Can we do...
I want to cut a deal with you.
Oh.
Alone. What? They hid the spice off world. I don't know where. Send them to go get it and give them one rotation. If they don't come back, I'll tell you where their family's from.
You have one rotation to bring back my spice. If you don't,
So her betrayal worked.
This is another deception. I know, but I don't have much of a choice. I must regain that spice. He knows. He always knows.
He?
I didn't scan the Jedi leaving with the others. Keep watch. I want to know
Okay.
the instant she leaves the Citadel.
Okay. Put in, getting right out.
But if that's true, how is she gonna escape?
She's a Jedi.
I don't know.
Padawan,
But I'm
whatever.
not gonna let her
She's
try,
Ahsoka.
because if
Badass.
she does,
Close. Turn around 1 second sooner and would have seen her jumping.
you've never done a special request pickup?
Weird looking alien.
Very
Have we
rarely.
seen them before?
Then today is
I
one
don't
of
think
those
so.
very rarely situations.
Okay, I see what she's doing.
We will proceed as planned.
You are but one small piece moving in this mechanism which I have designed, and yet, when you falter, it jeopardizes everything. Were there Jedi?
I don't know. None of my men made it out.
Dude.
Well, then the answer is yes.
Oops. Did he see her? I think so.
Make sure there are no more delays, and if there are, I am certain Crimson Dawn would love the opportunity to take control of your operation.
As members of
The transmission log. Let's find out where you are. Mandalore. What's Maul doing there?
I knew
Oh,
you
watch
were
out.
a petty smuggler.
Woo! Yes.
Just me. They have no idea.
Well then, the Jedi Council will regret sending you here.
She wasn't sent there by the Jedi Council. Aw, she could have fought back. I don't know. No sabers. Maybe it's a disadvantage. I don't know. She could have tried.
Rafa, not now.
So where is this manager, huh?
Rafa, stop!
Uh-oh.
There isn't one, is there? You little liar.
Let me see the ship's manifest.
Great idea.
Manifest.
Why don't you give him the manifest? I got your manifest right here.
That was a fail.
Kill her.
Kill her. Stupid. Damn. Ooh. That was a hard punch. Damn. Damn.
Come on. Speaking of perfect timing,
Stop what you're doing.
We got the spice.
You don't have to execute her.
We know you are both working for the Republic and this Jedi.
Jedi.
her, a Jedi? Come on.
Was a Jedi.
So you're not a Jedi.
I was trained, but I left. You can do that?
Yeah,
Execute them all.
apparently.
Now is really not the time to explain all this.
Perfect timing. Let's go. Let's go.
Got him.
Got him. It's unnecessary, but whatever. It's for the kids, I guess. Oh my god. Oh shit. Yeah. Boom.
I don't think they'll come looking for you anytime soon. So maybe...
You might not think of yourself as a Jedi, but you act like one. Or at least how I want them to be.
She's right. We got in over our heads.
So you remember me. Don't worry. Death Watch is gone. And now, you and I have a common enemy.
Maul.
Mm-hmm.
I need your help.
But if I go down this path, I'm afraid where it might lead.
I understand.
Back to the Jedi?
Hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go. It's what you're meant to do.
Finally, we're moving on from these characters. Sorry. I know some people like them, but not me. Not a big fan. There you have it, guys. Yes, a better episode of the Clone Wars, in my personal opinion. Overall, pretty solid. Pretty solid stuff and some pretty interesting reveals, and I definitely like the ending because we're definitely setting up for what I've been waiting for. Freaking Maul, Mandalore, the Mandalorians. It's fucking going down. We're getting to it. So, first things first, I like the fact that Ahsoka came up with this plan early on in the episode and didn't say anything about what it was, which I feel like if she would have said it, or at least the implication she's about to say it and then it cuts, because you know those tropes we've seen in some TV shows where they go, okay, so what's the plan? And then the person's about to speak, and then it cuts, and then you don't see the plan unfold until it's actually unfolding. You don't hear it firsthand before you see it. So in this instance, it was a C, and then you'll understand what her plan was. But it didn't cut away from her about to tell them. She's like, I can't tell you. Just trust me on this. And so her way of saying, trust me, and then continuing with her going against them essentially and saying, get them to go get your spice, and then blah, 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 come back, or else I'll reveal about their parents, or basically going against her friends. Even though the guy, the main dude, was like, yes, this is another tricking situation here. And then he references him. Like, him? who are they talking about? Like, do you think he knows? Like, oh, he knows, he always knows, or something like that. I'm like, we're talking about Sidious? Wrong. We were talking about Maul. Darth Maul. What I liked is that they had him in that one little scene as a hologram, but we haven't seen him in person officially yet. Just hologram form. I am so excited to see how this unfolds here, because we have heard so much about Maul's involvement in this season, and everyone's so excited for Maul, and so they brought him in. Wasn't expecting that's the him they were talking about. He mentioned Crimson Dawn. I think that's the Crimson Dawn. I think I'm correct. And he notices Ahsoka for a second. He doesn't say anything though, but I think he did see her, and he didn't address it or didn't say, I think I see something over there. But he notices for a split second, that's Ahsoka. I think he saw that was Ahsoka. Or I could be wrong. Oops. Sorry about that. Hit the mic. I think he saw her, but I'm not 100% sure. And so we've been waiting a little bit even before the reveal of Zero and everything back in season 2, and how his escape ultimately, the way it went out in terms of his escape and them trying to capture him, where their parents are dead, that in the aftermath of it, their parents died, but even before that, is Ahsoka going to tell them that she's a Jedi or a Force user, essentially? Because she's not a Jedi, she's not a Padawan, she's a Force user right now. She's just on her own. And so is she going to tell them? And so ultimately, it's not her choice. She reveals that she's a Force user when she's on her own, because the whole plan was to get them off-world. It didn't tell them they have to bring back Spice, but essentially she wanted them off-world, and they came back. But I think Ahsoka was just trying to send them to go away, and for them to stay away, because her whole thing is that I'll reveal information about their family or their parents or whatever. I think she used the word parents, or family. I can't remember which one it was, but the idea was to get them off world, because they can't force use their way out. Like, they don't have that advantage like she does. So as soon as she got back in her prison, she got out immediately and started planting those bombs, explosives, and the Mandalorians were patiently waiting. It's like, let me know when she is out of there. And they realized pretty quickly what she's doing in there, because, like, what is she planning? Because she destroyed pretty much a lot of the buildings and was doing a lot of damage. And I think that it was showcasing that, the hero inside Ahsoka that's still there and will continues to still be there. But I think that was a nice thing of her to go, well, she could easily just escape and get out. She uses this opportunity to plant, explosives, do some pretty big damage. And the sisters came back, and then it's revealed by the main guy here. We've been following this main alien for the past couple episodes, that she's a Force user. And their first response, I think, was pretty, shocked, which they should be. But I'm glad they went the direction of where they're not against her in a sense, even though I'm not a big fan of their characters. I'm not a big fan of Trace and Ralph. I'm not a fan of the sisters. But I like the fact they didn't go that typical trope, because a lot of times when there's a big reveal of a character and their true, lineage or what they can do or gifts, powers, that trope when something's revealed, something major like that a lot of characters surrounding that individual is against it and doesn't trust that person and is so far removed. In this instance, they kind of were, but they see her as what we want the Jedi to be, and they consider her a friend. But what I liked a lot is that the Mandalorians wasted no time. They follow, and I'm surprised they didn't even have a little sequence there's a ship following us. But I guess the reveal of the Mandalorians showing up and saying, hey, Ahsoka, we have a common enemy. And I like how when it first walked up, Bo-Katan, right? Is that her name? I think that's the Mandalorian's name that took off the helmet. She's like, no, there's no Death Watch. Don't worry. Darth Maul. Maul is our common enemy. We need you to go. Which I think is tying into that first little sequence where when they announced Clone Wars, the final season at Comic-Con for the 10-year anniversary panel of the show, that the last little bit is a hologram of Ahsoka. And I don't know, I think, is it Bo-Katan next to Ahsoka in that hologram? I can't remember. But anyway, it's a Mandalorian sitting next to her. and it's Anakin and Obi-Wan, and she addresses Anakin as Master. It's been a while. So clearly, they're setting up some major shit there. It's coming. I think it was a nice way to end off the episode. We're ending the story arc with the sisters. I'm like, thank God. Please, let's get away from this. And now we're moving on to some really good shit that we've been waiting for. So, what'd you guys think of this episode of the Clone Wars? Overall, I think it was better. It definitely setting up some pretty interesting stuff, just with the little sequence of Maul. And then, of course, the Mandalorians at the end, asking Ahsoka to come with them, because Maul needs to be stopped. So, I'm excited. I am hyped. What you guys think of this episode? Let me know in the comment section below, guys. Talk to you guys soon.